What's up, guys? It's been 2000 YuGiOh, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero, here on Team FTK's channel as an official member. And have I got a deck profile for you? What the? Do y'all hear that?
Under the sea.
Well, I'm never going to be able to get that song out of my head. Hey, what's up, guys? I am an official member now of the Team FTK, so before we get into this spicy deck profile, or should I say aquatic? I don't know. I don't have a joke here to go with this one. But before we get into that, guys, I got a few announcements I want to tell you guys. First of all, the channel is affiliated with Inked Gaming, so if you guys want 10% off of your of a game mat or something along those lines. I mean, Ink Gaming has a ton of just geek stuff that is useful and handy to have around. Make sure that you go over there and you type in Team FTK 10 to get a promo. That's your promo code to get 10% off. Also, guys, this channel is Patreon supported by you guys, so if you guys want to support the channel monetarily, make sure that you head over to the Patreon and to the PayPal, I believe, as the newest member, that they keep the links to those in the description. So make sure you check that out if you want to support the channel monetarily. Now, without further ado, let's get into things. First things first, this deck is one of my personal favorites. I decided to show you guys something that's fairly cheap to play, but it's always underestimated. So today's deck is going to be, if you haven't guessed by the title, Phantasm Spirals. So if you're new to my style of deck profiles, this is how we do things. We'll have this little conversation at the front. We'll have some replay footage in the middle, and at the end, we'll cut to me in the tiny little box here in the corner, and you'll have the deck profile up in the front so you guys can see the deck, and I'll talk about it and discuss it there. So, without further ado, guys, let's get into this.
I think I am the son of Poseidon.
Right, there you have it, guys. This is my Metaphors, or not Metaphors. That's for another deck profile. My Phantasm Spiral Werewolf deck. This deck is is really fun to pilot. It's also really surprisingly competitive. A lot of people never see it coming, and it's
It's just fun. So here's how this basically works. You need normal monsters primarily, but we also have a few ways. We have a few effect monsters to play, but I chose Gene Warped Werewolf, but you could pick any of the normal monsters you want, really. The ones I recommend are the Hero or Dinosaur Engine. Basically anything that has a rota of its own will work and is a normal monster. So you got Megalomasher, there is a Sparkman build, which I probably stole that from Cap G, to be honest, but you know what, it does work, so, and then I decided to go, let's just go crazy and max it out, the craziness. So we got the Planet Pathfinder. Think of this as your third terraforming, because, your field spell will give you a token, if your opponent does anything, so you'll always have a monster. Ash Blossom Ghost Ogre, hand traps, you need them. You know, this deck is actually kind of funny because it's got its own in-theme hand traps. It's kind of funny when you think about it. We got Unexpected Die. Think of this card as another way to get to your Warwolf, or Werewolf as I call it. Okay, Pot of Indulgence. Now, I know this card's expensive. This isn't really a budget deck, but you don't have to play Pot of Indulgence, really. This deck can just capitalize on it really easily because you don't need your extra deck. It's really it's just there as a resource, basically. So, if you can't get Pot of Indulgence, there's other cards you can play. Pot of Desires, if you so wish. That's up to you. Terraforming, you need to get your field spell. Tanky, this helps you get to the Werewolf. If you were playing Heroes, you could play Emergency Call. If you want to play Megalomasher, you have Fossil Dig. There you go. The Phantasm Spiral Wave, Phantasm Spiral Crash, and Phantasm Spiral Grip. These cards are basically to get you to your Phantasm Spiral Dragon, your boss monster, and each of them has a different condition. One's like destroy a monster in battle. One's inflict damage, etc. But you'll get to the dragon. Phantasm City. This card is basically your win condition. You need this to win, essentially. This card's going to let you get a token, and every time a normal monster gets summoned, you get a search. So it's basically, you play this card and it's a +2, essentially. You want this. Phantasm Spiral Battle. This card is our in-theme, like, Trident, if you will. Basically, this is just a 1-for-1. I pop one of your things. Really simple there. But now we have our own in-theme impermanence, Phantasm Spiral Power. Basically, as long as you have the field spell out, like Battle here, if you have the field spell, you can activate this from your hand, which is really powerful. It makes all your trap guards into hand traps, which definitely lets you keep up in the terms of speed. One Metaverse, just one more way to search out the field spell, basically, and your field spell actually doesn't care when it's activated, as long as it's like activated somewhere in the chain, and then once everything resolves, it's still there. You'll get your token, you'll get your search. Sea Stealth Attack, this is just to help protect the field spell. Basically, you banish a water monster and you get to protect it, which is probably why you probably want to play the Megalomasher version, but I have a partial thing, like one of my favorite like mythical monsters is werewolves, so I decided to go with the werewolf version. It seemed more fun. But you could probably go with Megalomasher, and that would help you, because you'll need water monsters to make this work. Skill Drain. None of your monsters that you actually put on the field have effects, so basically, if you get to activate Skill Drain, it's Caveman Yu-Gi-Oh time. It's the way I like to play. It's like to say, okay, now we fight and see who's got the bigger monsters, and it's gonna be me. Then we have Champion's Vigilance. The token is level 8. Our dragon's level 8. Basically, you get to. It's just a solemn judgment, basically, with no cost, and then warning. Negating summons. And then your extra deck can be whatever you want it to be. I just threw in some randos in here that I thought looked cool for artwork reasons, but yeah, you can play whatever you want. You can make this thing an entire row of vanilla fusions, if that's what you want. It doesn't matter. And then, of course, the sideboard here is just other cards you could play. Like, you could actually play Solemn Judgment if you want. Monster Reborn, I just didn't feel the need I needed to, because, like, the token can get pretty beefy on its own. Also, our equip spells are basically Monster Reborn, in a way, for the dragon, because it gets it from hand, deck, or grave. So, there you go, guys. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I'm the newest member to Team FTK, so if you like this stuff, make sure you subscribe to them, subscribe to this channel. Also, if you want to see more of my antics, maybe you come over and check out the Ben 10,000 of YuGiOh channel. I got some interesting stuff happening over there. There's always something fun and kooky. I'm all about the fun and the goofy. So come over there and check me out. And with that, guys, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the future. Peace.